What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode off the Schneid. Friday night. I told you I'd be back. A little tuckered out. 11:15 p.m. start time last night. A little brutal. We didn't get the win. Depressing. Not happy with how I played, but that's how she goes. We'll be back on Sunday for another game. So it's Friday. We're gonna rip some drafts. I don't want to dink around too much. There's nothing really to talk about. Honestly, this is the worst time in the NFL draft cycle. This is literally the worst time that we're in right now for the next probably 3 weeks or so, where it's just manufactured bullshit that we have to listen to, including Ty Simpson over Mendoza. Just manufactured nonsense that talking points that are just completely made up. But that's what we're going to have to go through for the next few weeks until we get a little closer to the draft, which I'm going to start putting some work into right away here and get the mock draft put together, start putting it together, that sort of thing. To the chat, we got Who Hames in here. What's up, man? Appreciate you popping in. Green Beans in here. How you doing, man? Stephen Hines, old bones are not quite recovered, but they will be by Sunday. I'll tell you that much. We got the Dynasty FF up in here. What's up, man? Appreciate you. Ty Nasty. Hartman's in here. How you doing, Hartman? Appreciate you popping in. Let's get going, man. Let's get rolling into some drafts. I'm filled on the bigger board, so that's cool. Max that one out. I don't even know if it'll fill, honestly. We'll see how she goes. The little board, I've got 3 bullets left. I'm obviously going to max everything, obviously. I don't know if they're going to launch something else. I hope they do another like War Room or something like that. Let's jump into a big board. I have 32 left to draft. We're drafting, waiting on 3. I hope they do something else. I would like one more little, even like 5 max, 10 max, 3 max. I don't care. 5 max, something, just a little something to finish off the draft season is what I would like to see. But who knows? Who knows? I feel like it won't. But the 20 max for the little board was a mistake. So here we are. It is what it is. Gets the 2 spot. You got to love it. I like that. Don't get a lot of those. Come on, baby. Turn off the lights. Kung O Sang, I believe, is the Underdog username, I believe. Shout out. What's up, man? Burkowski catching it live. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for jumping in there. Need like a poodle, $7.20 max or something. That'd be great. Something like that would be wonderful. It would obviously have to be like low entry, call it 4,500 to probably 10,000 max entries, something like that. Again, like 20 max, 10 max, 5 max, something like that, 3 max. I don't really care. Just another little something would be nice. But we'll see where it goes. And they're talking about, by they, I mean, Hope Bishop, shout out Hope, threw out a poll on Twitter for basically, let's go Bijan. I'll take him at the 2. For the puppy structure, where it's like we're voting on how many teams we want in the final, and one of the options is 1,500 teams, and that's actually winning by quite a bit. That's fucking insane. I would borderline not play that. I don't know if I would play that. Like, it's just not really worth, you'd have to be perfect, essentially. Week 17 would literally be all that would ever matter. You'd have to be perfect in week 17. You have to basically be perfect with a 500, team final. And we're talking about 1,500. You'd literally have to have the perfect lineup. I really genuinely hope that doesn't happen. And if it does, then I just probably skip that tournament, if I'm being honest. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see where it goes from there. I'm not too worried right this second. We got Gritty at the 12 spot. Shout out Gritty. Ben St. Nick. Not sure if he's in the chat or not. Dynasty at the 5 spot. I don't know if anyone else is in here. Shout out if you are. If not, then keep it to yourself. Do whatever you want to do. I'm hoping they launch a 50 max little board 2-4 days before closing again. I don't know if they'll go that far because it was like right around 70% filled. So there was a crazy amount of overlay on that tournament. So I don't know if they'll do that again. I'd be pretty surprised if they did, but something close to that, like, I don't know, something like that. Maybe not quite a, 50,000, entry tournament, but something along those lines would be great. Anytime you put a troll option in a poll, it will win. It seems like it. They won't, but I'd love it. I'd love it. You'd love the little board too. I got you. It would be good. I mean, it would be good. I would do I couldn't even max the one last year. I think I got 45 in. I didn't even quite get to max it because it was just so goddamn fast right at the end of the draft season. So I don't know. I don't know if I would like it or not, if I'm being honest, but just something would be nice. We'll see what they do. Last year, they launched the second big little board way early, and I think they had 50 max entry. No, like Huhame said, they launched it super late. It was only a few days, and it got up to about 70% filled, and then there was tons of overlay. But wow, Jacobs gets pulled up. Interesting. That's going to be nice for me down here. Someone's going to be there that should be a little bit unique. With Bijan, I'd love to get Trey McBride or London. That would be fun. There we go. Come on now. Get some Trey McBride or London. That'd be fun. London would be really fun. Chase Brown's got to go here, right? Chase Brown. Got to get Chase Brown. The running backs are flying off the board. Take Chase Brown here, buddy. Pickens, perfect. Getting one of these two. And I'll probably take London over McBride just for kind of the uniqueness and the double kind of stack Atlanta. Wow. Well, I'm going to take London. That's pretty fun. I'll definitely go McBride. Don't have him paired up with Bijan. Don't have Bowers paired up with London. Wow, goes tight end. Bully tight end. Interesting. I kind of don't hate it at that end of the draft. I kind of don't hate it. Let's pull up Etienne. Let's do that. It's either Etienne or Chris Olave with the Atlanta, New Orleans kind of situation there. But that's fun to get a Drake London Bijan. That's my first one. That's got to be pretty rare. That's got to be pretty rare. Super fun to have. No doubt. Felt like it was earlier. No, it was super late. Yeah, super late. I didn't think they were going to do it. Then all of a sudden, bam, the little board 2 pops up. I do think there'll be something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think there'll be something. We'll see how she goes. I think Etienne is actually the correct click there, just because he was going later, earlier in the contest. So like he was down at the end of round 3. He was like a 3-4 turn kind of click. So even if you were able to get the Bijan London kind of stack, which is super rare, if you were able to get it, chances are you don't have it with Etienne. So I think that is the correct click, because you could definitely have it with Olave if you're able to get it. You know what I mean? So looking at it that way, I think that's the right way to go about it. So we'll see how she goes, but that's fun. This is a fun start. Yeah, not a lot to talk about right now, if I'm being honest. Like, it's just I hate this time of year, if I'm being honest. I really do. There's just over information / realistically, there's not any information, if I'm being honest. That's like, That's why I was saying a couple weeks ago or a week ago, whatever, talking about the wide receivers. Like nothing has changed. Let's stop thinking we have to make changes to rankings and like guys are moving up and down boards. Like realistically, not realistically, like literally, none of this bullshit chatter is affecting any NFL team's draft board. So it's just us overthinking and the media wanting and needing something to talk about is all it is. So it's just nonsense. It's just a bunch of bullshit right now. And I really hate it. I hate listening to it. A lot of clickbait. Like if you listen to the national media right now, like Mekhi Lemon is not even a first round pick. He's not even a top 5 wide receiver. And Chris Brazzell is the second coming of fucking Justin Jefferson all of a sudden. Like it's just kind of madness if you ask me, but we get to this spot every year. So it is what it is. You got to expect it. It's going to happen. I just kind of hate it personally. I hate this time of year. Can't wait. The draft can't get here soon enough kind of thing. Mind you, I do have a ton of work to put in before it gets here. So I can actually patiently wait for it to come. But what do we got going on in the draft board? Is there anything crazy? Jefferson's now ADP of 10, which is where I had him ranked before Kyler came to Minnesota. And now that Kyler is the Minnesota quarterback and likely starter, I don't like Jefferson at 10 anymore. So it's kind of interesting how that works out. At least I got I did, like I was early on my shares. I do have a lot of second round Jefferson, don't get me wrong, but I have a few, 10th, 11th, 12th overall clicks of Justin Jefferson. So let's pull up the combo tool. Let's see what we're looking at here. Loveland would have been a fun click, I feel like. I'm not taking much Jameson Williams. And I want to be just below the field. So I'm at 6%. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I would have liked Loveland. That would have been nice, but it is what it is. I'll definitely be taking another wide receiver here. That's for sure. I got to feel pretty good about my running back room. This guy's got a double tack wide receiver, no question. Takes McLaurin, who would have been my preferred, but it is what it is. Might go with Waddle. Wow, I haven't paired up with Bijan a lot. I don't have Bijan with a Dunze. I don't. Let's do that. Let's do that. What's my Roma Dunze exposure? 17, basically 18%. Okay. Okay, that's where I want to be, but where am I at on Burden? 7%. Loveland has definitely fallen, but I was very high, 12%. Okay, that's kind of where I want to be at those three. That's kind of where I want to be. Maybe a few more clicks here and there of Burden just to make sure I'm at roughly at the field between 6 and 10. Essentially, I want to be within, 2% of the field, essentially. So between 6 and 10 of Burden is kind of right where I want to be. 12% Loveland sounds good. That feels and sounds good to me. And I want to be the most exposed to Dunze because he's A, the cheapest, and B, in my opinion, he's the best. While Loveland is probably the best and number one like receiving option on that team, in my opinion. But give me a Dunze over Burden if we're talking about cost. That's for sure. That is for sure. But I don't want to be goose egg on Burden. I'll say that. I stopped drafting him once he jumped up. I have a good amount in round 2 though. Yeah. I don't like the Kyler. I was hoping for Kirk Cousins or even JJ McCarthy. And to be honest, JJ McCarthy could still beat out Kyler. It's pretty unlikely, but it's not impossible. It's not off the table. It's not, Kyler Murray, this is your job. It's your team here. Take us to the promised land. That's not how this is working. So we'll see how it kind of plays out. But I do think JJ McCarthy has a chance to win the job. If he, wins the job, then he's going to get it. It's not going to be Kyler's team, and that's that. So And to be honest, for the Justin Jefferson shares, I kind of hope it's JJ McCarthy, if I'm being honest. I think Kyler's not a good quarterback. And I've said that multiple times on this channel, but people do disagree with me. This is an interesting build, Gritty. Not shocking, though. 0 wide receiver, Gritty. That's how she goes. That's how she goes. I was kind of hoping Caleb would fall. The Burden drafter takes him. I can see that being a thing. I don't think I would have got him anyways with Loveland right before me, but I do have an option for Goff there, which I don't mind. I absolutely will not be drafting the Falcons quarterback, whoever you pick your poison on that one. I'm not drafting either Penix or Tua at all, period, end of story. I'm not drafting them. But I do like it in the weapons. I'll take Drake London and Bijan for sure. That's a fun one. Are we out of quarterbacks? Joe Burrow's still there. I'll take Joe Burrow if he falls to me. I doubt he does because the Jamar Chase drafter's right here and Chase Brown. So I highly doubt Joe Burrow's there. If he is, I'll take him, but I don't expect he will be. There we go. So it's Parker Washington always here for me. I actually want to put the pedal down and draft Parker Washington a bunch more right now before this contest fills. I'm almost 19%, but I'd really like to get it to like 20 something, 22% maybe. So Parker Washington's auto click there. And I'll give you my reasoning why in a second here. I don't know if I want to pull up Lawrence here. Do I take Tyson? I don't think so. 6.8%. I'm okay with that. Dowdle goes before Warren now, hey? You know what? I am going to pull up Lawrence. Let's do it. Let's pull up Trevor Lawrence. There's no one else that like really, really makes me want to click their name. None of these guys are must-haves, especially when I start balance like this. It just doesn't make sense. So let's just pull up Trevor Lawrence, get ahead of the game a little bit at quarterback because he might not even be there for me coming back around. Maybe Mahomes. I could have went Pearsall and then hope that I get Purdy, sure, but I just don't think that's really necessary. So, yeah. So the Parker Washington thing, like let's just start believing what these teams tell us. You know what I mean? Like, let's just start believing what we've been told and what we've been shown out of a guy like Trevor Lawrence. This is a Trevor Lawrence take. I genuinely do think that Parker Washington is going to be the slot receiver for this team full-time this year, finally. And we've seen throughout Trevor Lawrence's career that I'll say he does like to throw over the middle of the field. He likes to throw, to the slot receiver, tight end, stuff like that. But I think the biggest thing is he doesn't like to throw outside. We saw that with Brian Thomas Jr. When Mac Jones was playing, he flourished. When Trevor Lawrence was on the field, he didn't, right? Even Travis Hunter, when he was starting to take off a little bit, he was most certainly not playing as the outside wide receiver. So, like, let's just believe what we're being shown and told. And I've always been a Parker Washington guy. You guys know that, I've always been a Parker Washington guy, but even now more so than kind of ever, like Etienne walks. It's a little unsure at the running back position. Yeah. He's kind of that constant, he's just that like constant open over the middle of the field. The dude can just play. The dude can just get open. And that's where Trevor Lawrence likes to throw the ball. Jerry's in here. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming in. We love that. We love the JMO pick. You love the JMO pick, but it is good. I do want to get a little more exposure, so I got to click his name. Nice and blunt in here, listening while driving. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for popping in here. Boogie, what's up, dog? Appreciate you coming in. 30% Parker Washington, my highest drafted player. Attaboy, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. He was my highest drafted last year in the big board. Same time last year, he was my highest drafted player overall. So I like that. I definitely want to get him up there into that kind of conversation for me, at least sort of like a top 5 wide receiver. He's obviously a lot more expensive this year. Last year, he was a 20th round pick, and I was taking him all, a quarter of the time. It was 28 point something percent was my highest exposed, but I should have been more. Like this year with Jeremy Bernard, I'm just clicking him every fucking time, and I don't care. Like if I think I'm right, then let's just go all in. I should have done it with Parker Washington last year. I thought I was right, and I was at the end of the day. So I should have been clicking him every time. So he loves to throw hospital balls, talking about Trevor Lawrence, I assume. Let's take a quick peek. It's getting less and less important for my combos and whatnot. It's honestly always right now, it's always Michael Pittman for me right now in this range. Always. I just think he's an absolute fucking smash right here of a pick. I'm always clicking Michael Pittman right here. So that's easy. Let's do that. And then I kind of have a decision. I can take running back for sure, obviously. I don't really want Monangai with Odunze, if I'm being honest. I don't think that makes sense. I really don't. Purdy, I don't think makes a crazy amount of sense. I think I just pull up Goff here. I do like Monangai, but it doesn't make sense for this build. Jadarian Price is a good click. Let's just take Jared Goff, pair him up with Jameson Williams, and then we're done as far as like stacking. And I think I'm done at quarterback there. I think I could definitely get away with those two. So I'm going to stop at quarterback. I'm not going to take any more correlation as far as stacking Jags or Lions. It's just not necessary in my opinion. So we're gonna leave that there. I have Dowdle next to Algier and Corum around 100 overall. I guess I have no more Dowdle or Algier. I think they're a little heavy. I got a lot of my exposure when they were still free agents around that 100 or lower ADP. I kind of, where'd they go here? I kind of agree with you there. Algier gets pulled up to like the 70s sometimes. Where did Dowdle? Dowdle, I don't agree with that. Like, I'm just not so sure we should even be taking Dowdle over Jalen Warren, which happens all the time. I don't agree with kind of either of their prices. I think they should kind of both fall a little bit. I think you should be getting the opportunity to draft both Warren and Dowdle on your teams, and it's not really like that. You kind of have to choose, unless you did it earlier in the season when Dowdle was going later. Algier at 90, that's fine. Like, give me Algier over Corum. Give me Algier over Pollard. Yeah, over all these guys, Monangai, Price, Dobbins. Give me Algier over all those guys. Even Hubbard. I probably like Algier more than. It's very close. It's close. I'm not a big Chuba Hubbard guy at this cost. It's a little too pricey for me. But yeah, it's an interesting where running backs are getting pulled up. It's interesting that I don't know. The prices are just fluctuating right now. It's strange. Like Algier and Dowdle, yeah, I used to go side by side at pick about 100. And now for some reason Dowdle's flown up the board. I get the McCarthy connection. I get it, but it's just like we're just going to take away everything that Jalen Warren has done for this team. The big thing is new head coach, new offensive coordinator, and Dowdle is connected to the head coach. I get all that, but you gotta, I don't know. It's just an interesting one. I don't really know what to make of the Pittsburgh backfield. If I'm being honest, I'm still drafting them a little bit when it makes some sense. But I got my exposure to both Warren and Dowdle when they were not on the same team. And and prices were different. So he's the comfy blanket, the Parker Washington comfy down blanket. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have 43% Parker Washington. There we go. There we go. How about them Blue Jays? I did not check the score of the Blue Jays game. Let's pull it up. How they doing? How they looking? What do we have? F1 this weekend? I got to look at my F1. 3-2. Shout out. Gotta love it. Hoffman gets the win. $11 Ks for Gosman. Jeez. That dude's a fucking stud. We're on the clock. Let's make some picks here. I think I'm done at quarterback. Get away with that. I think it's Jordan Mason here. Or Gadsden. Let's go Gadsden because I don't have a tight end yet. I like that click. A little bit of discount. Let's go. Makes some sense. Should be unique for me. I think I will take Mason here, or probably Rashad White would be a fine click. Mike Washington's fine. Don't think I need a double tap tight end right here, though I could. I'd rather not. I think it's probably Jordan Mason here. I have some Detroit, Chicago kind of going on here. It's either Mason or Mike Washington, probably. Let's, I guess, keep the pedal down with Mason. With that kind of conference division correlation, especially with Goff and Jameson Williams, that makes some sense. He is probably the best click right there. So let's just roll with it. 2-3-5-2, nice and balanced. I like the team. I'm going to stop at 2 quarterbacks here and just see what shakes out. Especially with where we're at. These quarterbacks are pulled up already. That's aggressive. Daniel Jones and Malik. So Daniel Jones pulled way up, which kind of makes sense. He kind of had to. Then Shuck gets, oh no, that's right where he goes. Okay. But Darnold pulled up, not even that much. Wow. These quarterback prices are rising even more. That's kind of wild. Stroud's pulled up a little bit, but wow. These quarterback prices are pulled up even more than they were. It's wild that Mendoza's falling. I don't understand that one, if I'm being honest. Kind of that's kind of an anomaly to me. I don't understand why he would be falling, but I kind of like that. It's pushing some running backs down to me that I kind of need. I wouldn't say I need, but I would like to get. We'll say that. So we'll see where this goes. Gritty's gambling over here. Golden, Diggs, Ayuk, BTJ, Addison. Even Robinson and Pearsall are pretty gambly. Who else do we got in here? Dynasty, 2-3-5-1. I like that structure. Gets Hubbard there. Kraft. Darnold with JSN. Fair enough. Darnold, you can always backstack or just leave it. Don't need to stack Hurts either. Got him with Devontae. That's all right. Chris Rodriguez just lives in the 12th round now. It's kind of settled there, which is good to just know what the 100% cost is. I'm still clicking a fair amount of Chris Rodriguez. I like him a lot. I thought a running back would kind of fall to me, and it didn't really happen. A running back that I would like, and it didn't really happen. I think It's got to be Sadiq if he's there. I'll just take the falling value. Yeah, 100%. I'll just take that. That's easy. Don't think too hard about it. Just pick it up. It's like a $50 bill sitting on the ground. Don't overthink it. Just pick it up. I'll take that. Do I take another tight end here and just be done? This is kind of a nice tight end range. Not a great running back range. So, and this is pretty solid, but I definitely will probably finish at 6. It's going to be Cooper. If he's there, I'll take him. It's Cooper, just like, it's a huge kind of, I guess you could call it tier break, but it's Cooper, Boston, I suppose. And then there's kind of just a whole bunch of pile of shit. Travis Hunter, you can take some shots if you like it. I was talking about that on, I think Burkowski was chatting on in the comments of last video. We were talking about Travis Hunter last episode. I'm 1.7. I've clicked him twice. I think there's a time and a place, and it's fine to click him. If you want to take that gamble, be my guest. It's not particularly for me. I understand it. I can understand why you would do it. It's just not for me personally. And then Jerry Jeudy, huge question marks there. He's just not, honestly, he's just not a good wide receiver all around. But again, there's a time and place for him. I've clicked him a few times as well. It could definitely make some sense if they fall, take them. And then Butte. I do like Adonai Mitchell. I'm trying to get a little more Calvin Ridley these days. I think there's some value there now that we know he's back. Mind you, it was a pretty bad injury, but he is staying in Tennessee. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons coming off of 2 full missed seasons. So, it's kind of there. He can turn it on and he can get back to where he needs to be. But yeah. Either way, it's what I'm getting at is it's a pretty terrible wide receiver range after those 2 rookies, Omar Cooper and Denzel Boston. Then it's kind of choose your adventure kind of thing after that. 2-3-6-2. We're done at quarterback. We'll see what happens with these tight ends. Andrews and Likely go. I'm a little bit behind at running back, but we'll see. I'm in a good start, or I have a good start, I should say. Omega's in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you. Gab's in here, dropping the science as always. Smash the like. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, hit the like button if you don't mind, guys. If you're watching, got 34 watching. I don't know how many likes there are, but hopefully 34. Smack the like if you don't mind. If you like the content and you're new, think about hitting that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. We're going to rip at least 2 drafts tonight for sure. 100% 2 drafts. Brissett over Cam Ward. I get it if you're pairing him up with Washington. I get it, but I just don't think I could justify that. I was talking about it with BBG actually when we were doing a show quite a while ago, but we were chatting about it. It's like it's Cam Ward to me over Bryce Young, over Mendoza, over Stroud. Give me Cam Ward over Stroud. Give me Cam Ward over Shuck. It's closer, but give me Cam Ward over Shuck. Cam Ward and Willis is close. Cam Ward and Darnold is very close. It's crazy. They fall into the 14th round. That's a nice spot to be able to click Cam Ward. But either way. Need one more tight end at some point. Do we take Tyrone Tracy? I think Tracy would be fine here. 21 picks past ADP. I think he would be fine. Basically, all you have to do is fade the Giants taking Jordan Love. Or if the Titans just take him before they're even on the clock, then you're in good shape with Tyrone Tracy. So I'm going to do that. 2%, 2.5% gets me up to about 3 or so. I'm going to take Tracy. I need a running back here. Makes sense. Let's just do it with a huge discount. You don't have to fade a lot to have Tyrone Tracy pay off. You really don't. I'm not saying I'd pick him at ADP at 146, but when he falls 20 picks past ADP, I think it's a pretty easy click right there. Do we take more Emmett Johnson? Do we take Emmanuel Wilson? I kind of like Naylor there, but I'm going to pull up Dylan Sampson. I think Dylan Sampson's a really good click around here, especially when you need running back, which I do. I kind of have to fill out this room. My wide receivers are in a good spot. Tight end's in a good spot. Quarterback, I'm done anyways. So running back's really all I feel like I need. And that really helps. I like that. Tracy at a huge discount and Sampson. That feels a lot better. It's obviously Bijan and Etienne. It's Bijan and Etienne for sure. And then, Jordan Mason. Like I said, all you have to dodge is them not being either not drafting or not being able to draft Jeremiah Love. And then you're in good shape with Tracy. And then Dylan Sampson, I think, is a good click anyways, especially when I'm full fading Judkins. I'm definitely not full fading Sampson. You kind of can't. So I kind of like that a lot. I like the way this team's shaping up. Those 2 clicks at running back, I think, really help the way that this team is looking. Sus in here. I think the Mendoza ADP slip was due to some rumors he might sit a few weeks to start the year. Yeah, I could see that, but it really shouldn't. Like, I know you're not saying that, but it shouldn't change his ADP at all because it doesn't matter. That's not why we're drafting him, right? Like, we all know that he'll be starting by week 5, kind of at the latest, right? And that's all we really care about. Like, you're not taking Mendoza in a 2 quarterback room, right? So I don't understand why it would fall. I really don't. Maybe it's just the fact that some of these other guys have value and it's a little bit more known. Like, again, Cam Ward going behind Mendoza is kind of criminal, realistically. And then, you can make a case for Young. I could understand that. And now that we know Geno Smith and Brissett are the starters there, most likely in Arizona and New York, that I can understand the fluctuation of quarterback ADPs and prices rising, falling sort of thing. I guess I can understand the Mendoza fall, but I don't know. I guess I can understand it. Now that we've kind of talked through it, I can understand him falling. I just don't necessarily agree with it. And again, I just still think that the Cam Ward price is egregious. Like, how is he going behind Brissett right there with Geno Smith? How is he going behind, like I said, all these other guys that you could certainly make a case that it's Cam Ward over Stroud. And that's not even close to being a hot take. So, and what are we, 33 picks difference? That's wild, especially when we're talking about quarterbacks. I'm definitely more in on Shuck now than Ward, but agree with the others. Yeah, that's fair. Like, with the rushing ability with Shuck, I do like the offense with the Saints. Kellen Moore, you're going to get your plays in when we're talking about a Kellen Moore offense. So, yeah, that's fair. Like I said, Shuck is close. Shuck, Darnold are close. Willis, I think it's Ward, honestly, over Willis. It's really close, but give him, especially when we're talking cost, give me Ward at cost over Willis for sure. Daniel Jones, I think that's really close. Coming off an Achilles injury, his rushing upside is going to be capped for sure. So, yeah, and it's not like Daniel Jones is out there throwing 30 touchdowns before an Achilles injury anyways, right? And we don't know exactly what the ceiling is for Ward. So, again, cost taken into the conversation and equation, give me Cam Ward again. Stroud versus Ward straight up in a vacuum, give me Ward. So, it's an interesting one. The quarterback pricing is just really an interesting kind of ebb and flow, I suppose, this year and right now. I guess Sean Tucker's an okay click right here. I don't think I want to go down that road though. Like it's still just always kind of Katron Allen, maybe a little more Singleton. Let's do Singleton for now. Let's do Singleton. Yeah, that's fun. I think I can stop at 6 there. Tyreek Hill in the 17th round. Is that where I'm willing to click Tyreek Hill's name? I was really hoping he would take Tyreek Hill there. Am I willing to take Tyreek Hill in the 17th round? I guess I kind of am. I guess I kind of am okay to take Tyreek Hill in the 17th round. Pick 194? Is that where we're okay to click Tyreek Hill, chat? What do you think? Is that okay? That's the first share of mine of Tyreek Hill. Is that okay? I don't know. That's an interesting one. I think it has to be. I think it should be. It kind of has to be. Love as a commander is my feel. I mean, that's what I've been saying for quite a while. That's where I would like him to go. It makes the most sense. He will not go past the Commanders. So I think it's smart by the Saints and Chiefs to bring in a running back in free agency because Love will not go later than the Commanders, period. If he's there for the Commanders, they will tear an Achilles running up to the podium to hand in that pick. So we'll see. Is the community more scared of the usage or the injury history of Jonathan Brooks? His ADP has frozen while Chuba finally rising after Dowdle left. I don't think they're that scared because when this contest opened, I was clicking Jonathan Brooks down here in like the 17th, 16th through 20th rounds, roughly. I can't remember exactly what his price was, but it was down here that I was clicking Jonathan Brooks a little bit. So now that he's risen, I have a hard time clicking him there. It's kind of just a poor range for running backs, if I'm being honest. It could make sense, I guess. Like, it could make sense, but I'm not really clicking Chuba either, though. Like, it's always give me running backs in any sort of Dave Canales system. Give me the running backs. That's kind of always been a go-to for me. I was massive on Chuba a couple years ago. I was high on Dowdle last year. And now I'm just I don't really know what to do with it because I don't really like any of them. I don't like the price on Chuba. I don't like the price anymore on Brooks, plus the injury history. There's Etienne over there as well. I don't know. It's just a weird kind of situation. I feel like it's too easy to be wrong. And I don't think the upside is like so necessary that, it's going to kill me if I fade the Carolina Panther backfield. I think it only makes sense if there's value to be had in the Carolina backfield. Or sorry, I should say in the Dave Canales backfield. I was very high on Rachaad White a few years ago. I was high on Bucky Irving, right? Like give me the running backs in Kubiak, Dave Canales. There's certain coordinators or head coaches where it's like, give me that position or that player. And that's one of them, but only if it's at a value, I think that's the only time it can kind of make sense. And I don't think there's any value to be had right now in that backfield. I could obviously be wrong on that, but that's just my hard take on that. Did Jeremy Bernard go somewhere? Wow. This guy took me at 190. Holy moly. We are going to take Greg Dulcich, kind of get that out of the way because it's a bit of a, not necessarily a panic click, but I do want to get my third tight end. And I like Dulcich. The only thing that might fuck me on this one is if the Dolphins draft Sadiq. That would kind of suck. Definitely don't want that. We're going with 2 more wide receivers for sure, and we're gonna bring in Ted Hurst right here. I want to get back to clicking Ted Hurst. I'd like to get close to double the field, which actually is not even 8%. When we're talking about a 19th, 20th round pick, the field is actually not 8%. It's probably 2, 4. I don't know. So I guess if I'm up to like 14%, I think that's fine. Ward all day, need more period. I feel that. Hill has been going in the 190s last few days. Really don't want to have a bag. I mean, that's my first Tyreek Hill share. It's going to be in a 9 wide receiver room. And he's my wide receiver 8, 7. My wide receiver 7. So I think it feels okay. I haven't clicked Tyreek yet, so I don't know if it's a good value. It's risky at cost for me. Can't get the gruesome nature of the injury out of my head. Does he ever play again? Maybe not. And that could kill, like, it's not going to kill this team. That's for damn sure. But you never know. I mean, in the 17th round, I think it's worth it. I pick 194. I think it's okay. I'm not clicking him at 170. I'll tell you that. I'm not clicking him when he's going higher than 170. I don't know where he topped out early on in the draft season, but at 194, I think you can certainly, justify clicking him there. Is Chico Shake in the chat? Does he know how much I like Jeremy Bernard? Because he took him in the 16th. That's crazy. That's not that crazy. I would absolutely take him in the 16th too, but I'm just saying you don't see it a lot. Right or wrong or indifferent phenomenon. So thank you for it. Great talk through all the tough questions. Don't mind saying. Appreciate that, man. Of course. Bring on the questions or we keep this thing going. So I appreciate it. I don't have much else to talk about unless we're talking questions and answers and chatting about values and ranges and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you. Brissett, Tua, Ty Simpson, and Flacco. I don't think that's going to get you through. That's interesting strategy right there. But starting to get some Rico vibes from Brooks, especially survives the drafts. Feels like a vote of confidence in the depth chart. Third time not tearing ACL is a charm. Yeah, I mean, you get there's been some good speak about Jonathan Brooks. He looked good on tape in college for sure. And Chuba Hubbard, who's like one of the hardest workers around, as far as I've heard, he said the hardest worker on that team is Jonathan Brooks. And having the ability to stay motivated through all that is borderline impossible. To continue to keep your chin up, stay motivated, and keep working hard and get through it. Shout out J.K. Dobbins for everything he's done. I don't draft J.K. Dobbins at all, but I can appreciate what he does and what he has done. And Jonathan Brooks, if he can come out of this on the other side and have a reasonable career, even what he's done so far, being a 2nd round pick, he's made a little bit of money. I'd like to see him get some kind of contract. So if he can, be healthy this year, it'd be a pretty good story. And I'd like to see it. It's just hard to say if that happens is all. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. But I'm rooting for him if I'm being honest. He should have some opportunity. At cost, if he wasn't, down 3 ACLs, I would or at least 2, right? I would absolutely draft Jonathan Brooks at his current cost, but it's just a little risky. It's very risky, but down here where he was going, it's worth a click. But now I think it's a little pricey, a little aggressive. I'm going to go Antonio Williams. I'd like to get that just at 5-ish%. I think that's fine. So let's do that. That's fun. That's fun. Let's do a quick recap, then we're going to jump right into another one here. We got a 2693, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff. I think that's okay. It's a little thin, but I think it's fine. Bijan, Etienne, Jordan Mason, Tyrone Tracy, Dylan Sampson, Singleton. I like that. I like the Sampson and Tracy. Tracy had a huge discount in Sampson. That double click, I really like that. That's fun. Bijan and Etienne are obviously my top. And then we'll kind of take it from there. Drake London, Jamo, Odunze, Parker Washington, Pittman, Cooper, Tyreek, Ted Hurst, and Antonio Williams. I think this can work. I don't really need Tyreek to even play. Like, the only time I would take Tyreek is in a minimum 9 wide receiver build and when it's 23 picks passes ADP in the 17th round. That's the only way I'm taking Tyreek Hill. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. This can work. And again, Tyreek can retire and be a 0 and it wouldn't hurt this room realistically. Aronda Gadsden, Kenyon Sadiq, and Greg Dulcich. I like that. The only way this gets really kind of hurt is if Sadiq goes to the Dolphins. Other than that, I think we're in good shape there. So fun team. I kind of like it. I'm not sure again how I feel about the Tyreek click, but it is what it is. Let's jump into another 20-second big board. We're in right now. Wait on one. Hopefully you guys got in. I was going to get out, actually. I tried to go and leave the draft there and try to do a bit of a friends and family, but it filled before I could do that. So my apologies if you weren't able to get in. I was trying to get out, but we're doing all right. We got Dynasty here at the 3 spot. I'm at the 5. That's kind of fun. We got Kennedy at the 8. Shout out. Might be watching. And I think that might be it. But let me know if you're drafting. Or again, like I always say, go ahead and creep. Do whatever you want to do. You do you, team. Who I had a hill bag too early in the 160s. I like the idea he comes back to crushing the playoffs as on a contender. I think the right play was just always wait on Tyreek. I think it was always just wait and see where he levels off. And we're kind of seeing it again. If he's going into he's done nothing but free fall, and to be honest, like, that should always be your strategy. So here's a little talking point, just as far as like draft strategy, especially in a contest like the big board. Let's make this pick quick. It's probably going to be JSN. I'm just below the field. So I'm just going to get JSN. Don't overthink it. So something about just strategy would always be with injured players or free agent players, but injured players especially, just wait. Just wait, because they're always going to fall. They are always going to fall because rookies are always going to rise. Quarterbacks already are higher in the big board. They start high and then they stay high and they even rise from there. So injured players and free agents at times, look at Juwan Jennings right now. Like, I got Juwan Jennings earlier today. I got him earlier today at like 150 or right around the mid 150s, something like that. So about 20 picks past ADP is where I got Jennings. I have a bag of Jennings. I didn't really want to be clicking Jennings anymore, but at that discount, I'll take him. So a guy like Tyreek, who's been hurt, like, it's always prudent just to wait in a contest like this, especially the big board is what I'm talking about. In Best Ball Mania season, it'll probably be the same thing, though he's going to start really low and he might continue to fall throughout the summer as he doesn't sign, because you typically, not even typically, you pretty much always have to be able to pass a physical to sign with an NFL team. I'm not sure if it's always, because like Najee Harris is right there looking at signing. I'm not sure he could pass a physical right now. I doubt he could pass a physical. And Tyreek most certainly couldn't. But I think with an injury like that, and the later it goes, I think that they would want Tyreek Hill to pass a physical. With Najee, I think it happened in week 2, 3, something like that. So I'm pretty confident that they'd be okay with basically where he's at right now and then projecting where he's going to be. So I think they'd be more likely to give Najee Harris a contract than a guy like Tyreek Hill. I think they would want him to pass a physical before they sign him. So we'll see how that goes. And again, with Tyreek, it's just a contest like this. Always wait until his price falls because I promise you it will every single time. What are we gonna do here? I think I need more Derrick Henry. I mean, I haven't paired up with JSN a good amount, but I'm below the field. I'm basically 7% Derrick Henry. I don't think that that's good business, if I'm being honest. It's Derrick Henry. Freak athlete Tyreek, I think we're talking about. He is or was, but Father Time waits for no one, and he's undefeated. So Brooks is my highest owned running back at 30% so far. I'm just hoping the system makes more hits for me. I mean, again, if he was a little bit healthier, he would be a smash at cost, absolute smash. But I just have a hard time with those injuries. I have a hard time with it. When he was going cheaper, made tons of sense. Now it's tough for me to click. I can understand it though. I can understand it. It's a big bet. It's a big gamble, but it could really pay off. It really could. I'll give you that. It's scary. I feel you. I feel you. Might get a softer room. Yeah, you'll definitely get EV. That's the thing about streaming. You give away EV. That's for damn sure, but it is what it is. So, I saw a wild Off the Schneid next to me in my draft. T-Wise, that's got to be nice. I'll try not to be too wild for you. We'll see how she goes. We'll see how she goes. Appreciate you popping in, man. Appreciate that. Goat horns, I see. Yeah, baby. Hamlet 10 over here, just bite my style exact. Jeez. Take it easy. Josh Allen gets pulled up a little bit. Who do I not have paired with? I mean, either of these guys would be good. Etienne. I think I got to go with Travis Etienne. I want to get up to about 10%, and I'm a little short of that, but I don't have him paired up with either of Henry or Njigba. So let's get Etienne on this team. I think that makes sense. That's a fun one. Trying to mix in more 0 RB builds into the portfolio. It is tough. And especially when you're trying to iron out exposures and combinations, it's kind of tough. It's when something like that pops up, that's a bit of a gap. And I do want these guys paired up together, right? So and I have Henry and Njigba paired. So if I can get a guy that's paired with neither, that uniques it up a little bit for my portfolio. So it kind of makes it tough, but and it's just a weird spot because who do you take? Like back here, I could take, I guess, Nico. I'm not clicking Pickens, honestly, at all right now. I understand why people would. Let's not get into that conversation again. But and then here, it's just like, what's the difference between some of these? Like, I like McMillan, sure, but even AJ Brown, Rice, I'm never clicking. I like Garrett Wilson, but what's the difference between, let's say AJ Brown, and Rice and some of the guys down here, Devonta Smith, like Terry McLaurin, just a smash. Even potentially a guy like Waddle, we'll see. JMO, I'm not sure I'd go there with JMO, but McConkey, Higgins, right? All these kind of guys down here. I don't think there's enough of a difference. So when it makes sense, it makes sense. It's kind of easier to do it in the middle here. If you're getting like Amon-Ra or CD, and you can go with Drake London. If you like Neighbors, you can go with Neighbors. It's kind of just hard to go 0 RB this year. You really have to you have to purposefully do it. You really have to commit to it because there's such a wide receiver range right here in the 4th round. It's just an absolute wide receiver smash zone. So I don't have Javonte Williams with any of these guys. Do I want to do that then? Lean in on that side of it? I don't. Let's go Terry. He's just always such a smash. I only have him with JSN a few times. I just think Terry McLaurin is the best click in the 4th round. I've said it multiple times, and I'm going to continue to pound the table for Terry McLaurin. He's just the best click, period, in the 4th round anywhere, is my opinion of Terry McLaurin. What's your opinion on fast versus slow drafts? I cannot find a rhythm in the gates and feel in the fast. Maybe I feel the drops in, falls in, slows is ideal for planning better. For sure, it is. Yeah, fasts. Can't find the rhythm in the fast. I feel the drops in and falls and slows ideal for better planning. I mean, for sure, you have more time, obviously, right? So, I'm not a slow draft kind of guy. I don't like slow drafting. I kind of hate it. When you're forced into slow draft hell, I just despise my life when I'm in slow draft hell. I really hate it. Let's make this pick and we'll kind of finish that off. It's okay. Henderson goes good. It's either Henderson or I don't really know who. And then it kind of has to be Odunze here. Like, I do want to get my Carnell Tate up, but it's at 11%. That's okay. I'm all right with that. It's kind of always Rome Odunze here in this range. I hate these running backs, though it's okay, but I don't need running back. If you only have one running back in the situation or none, then yeah, it's a smash zone for running backs as far as like Swift, Tootin, Montgomery. I don't like Judkins or Scadaboo whatsoever, but Tootin, Swift, Montgomery, probably Montgomery, maybe opposite order, Montgomery, Tootin, Swift. Either way, those are kind of the easy clicks if you need a running back, but I don't. So I don't, yeah, it's then if that's the case, then it's always Odunze. Kind of where we're at. But with the yeah, it is all about finding your rhythm. Like, do whatever's comfortable. I'm very comfortable in fast drafts, in making quick decisions. And some people aren't. And I think that that's where you can get an edge. Some people panic. Some people don't know how to plan 2-3 rounds ahead, right? Some people aren't managing exposures. Some people don't have tools and overlays that help. There's all kinds of things that, I think it can give you an advantage if you are good at fast drafting or you're comfortable making quick decisions. And that's kind of where I think I'm good at. Like, I'm fine with slows. I just hate it. I just don't like waiting. I don't like taking days, weeks to do a draft. I like to get it done, get it out of the way. And you can get some fallers there. Obviously we see it all the time. 20 pick discounts in fast drafts happens all the time. So there's no real difference, but if you're more comfortable doing slows, then I would highly recommend doing slows. I'm just very comfortable with fast drafts, and I hate doing slows. I hate slow drafting. I really do. But I can understand why people do it, and there's a time and place always. Let's take Jaden with McLaurin. We'll take that discount, 5 picks. It's not a crazy drop, but we'll always take it. Pair them up, makes sense. But do whatever's comfortable. Realistically, like, you have nothing but time in slow drafts. You have 8 hours, 10 hours at times to make your picks. So if that's more comfortable and you can plan ahead, and it is a good way to do it because you can fill up your queue, you can plan 2 rounds ahead, right? If I do this, like if thens, right? Then that's the way to go. And I would recommend it if you're comfortable doing it, for sure. I was significantly worse in slows for whatever reason last year. Yeah, I don't like them either. I feel like I'm worse as well. I feel like it gives, like, it somewhat like evens the playing field, if you will, right? Like, again, I feel like I'm good and confident at being able to make quick decisions on the fly, and kind of benefiting from that. And not everyone is, and that's fine. I'm not talking down to anybody. I'm not saying that that's like a poor trait or you're a bad drafter. That's most certainly not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, if everyone has hours to make their picks, then it's a lot harder to make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time in slow drafts, or sorry, in fast drafts. I say it all the time. That was a mistake. That was a bad pick. This was probably the correct click, whatever. So it's easy for anyone to make mistakes in fast drafts. But and the way that ADPs move, because they flip daily, right? And it's not a crazy amount of movement right now, but early in the draft season, it moves pretty quickly, and you kind of have to stay ahead of that and project where you think a guy is going to rise to, right? And then just start taking him there. So there's a lot to it, I guess. Like there's just a lot to it, you know? So I'm not very good at slow drafts either. I don't think. I'm absolutely taking Joe Burrow here. Like he is not falling another pick. That's for damn sure. I don't care that I'm going to be naked Joe Burrow. I do not give a shit. That's a huge discount, and I will gladly scoop it up. And I'm obviously done at quarterback. That's for sure. So this team feels already pretty dominant. I feel very good about this team advancing. 2 stud quarterbacks, 2 very good running backs, and 3 very good wide receivers. Super balanced, very strong. I like this team a lot. I'm extremely confident in this team advancing already. But we'll see. Wilson, what's up, man? Appreciate you popping in. Appreciate you. If you guys are just coming in, hit that like button in and or out. Usually when I jump into somebody's stream, I just hit the like button right away. That's what I do. Every time I open up a stream, whoever I'm watching, immediately just click the like button. Get it out of the way. Don't worry about it. Oh no. This guy just sniped poor Kennedy there with the Patrick Mahomes. Kenny Walker and Rice. 1 click before. Rude. We construction maxing right now. Basically. Maxing? Maxing? Same. Basically. Got a huge discount on May. I was going to take either Burrow or May, whoever was there. Whoops, we're on the clock. Let's pull this up. Should be okay, but I think it's always Pittman. Kind of is always Pittman, especially when I have a Raven, a Bengal. Need a wide receiver. Let's go Pittman. Yeah. Easy game, I guess. Let's go Pittman. I'd like to say Pittman is the best click in the 8th round anywhere. I think that I could be fairly confident saying that, though it could be Pearsall. And you never know. It could be one of these quarterbacks, though. Lawrence, I mean, he falls into the 8th round all the time. Could be Knicks, but I think realistically, like positional value, I think Pittman is the best click in the 8th round. Maybe Pearsall. So I'm kind of happy with that. If I'm getting the best click in the 4th round, in my opinion, the best click in the 8th round, again, in my humble opinion, and a huge 13 pick discount on Joe Burrow in the 7th, this team feels very, very good, very live to do some damage. Fun team. I really don't want to click Benungai again with a Dunze. Big reason why is like goal line stuff. If they're like second in goal on the 4 or 3 yard line, I want like a fade to a Dunze. I obviously don't want Benungai getting in there. This is a nice price for him, but all right. It's fine. Do I have Benungai paired up with Odunze? Oh God. No, I'll never know. I'll have to go find out. I would imagine I don't have Kyle Monangai and Rome Odunze paired up, so let's do it. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine to buy into a Chicago offense. That's for damn sure. It's just like if that's his role, right? If that's Monangai's role, like I think it's more fine to take Swift and Odunze than it is to take Monangai and Odunze. And in other offenses, let's see if I can think of another one off the top of my head. Like, I don't know. What's another offense that it's similar like that? I don't know if there is another offense that's kind of like that. If we're being honest. Here we go. Patriots, right? Patriots and Henderson with Stevenson. Similar situation. Like, I think it's more fine to take. Could I be wrong on that? I think it's more fine to take the kind of pass catching option than the goal line option, if that makes sense. I guess it depends on the wide receiver. So if we're talking the Patriots, then it would be like Dobbs right now, like the fade goal line touchdown equity in the red zone kind of wide receiver. I don't think you want to pair that up with the goal line running back. That's kind of what I'm getting at. So I guess it'd be like Dobbs and Stevenson with Monangai and Odunze. I don't think you want to pair those guys up. I think you would rather pair them with their counterparts, Henderson and Swift in this case. But I could be wrong on that. That's for sure. And at the end of the day, like, it's fine to buy in on good offenses anyways. So it's kind of a moot point realistically, but it's a fun conversation, I guess. We can talk about it, you know. Would have been Dobbs there probably. That would have been a fine click. Do I take a Concepcion? He's getting some steam right now in the buzz circles, but I do want to get a little more. I'm only at just under 6%, so I do kind of want to be around the field, 6%. 6 to 10, same as I was talking about with Luther Burden earlier. Like 6 to 10%, right around the field, plus or minus. I don't really care. I think that's fine. I would probably go with Jordan Mason if he's still there. I think Rachaad White is fine, but I don't think I'll go down that road. No, that's not enough of a discount to take Kincaid. I've taken him 4 times and it's always way past ADP. I took him earlier today, like 20 or 30, literally 20 something picks past ADP. So I'll do that, but I'm not taking him basically at ADP. 7 picks past is not enough of a discount on Kincaid for me to click him. I'll click him if it makes sense. It just doesn't make sense in this case, in my opinion. I could go tight end or I can continue to push it. I think I'll continue to push it. It's these rookie running backs, and ADP says Coleman, but in my rankings after the draft, I moved Mike Washington above Jonah Coleman in my rankings. And I think that's actually true. I think that should be true. So let's do that. I think as far as the NFL draft is concerned, I think Washington goes ahead of Coleman at this point. We'll see, though. He's making a good name for himself. It seems like his interviews are probably going well, but we'll see. I don't know that for sure. It just seems like he's a good interview. Not that Mike Washington isn't, but yeah. I don't mind the Rodriguez click. He would have been a little early in the 11th, but he's going in the 12th for sure. So he might not have been there for you in the 12th. Hard to say. So I guess I would have clicked him at 140, 100% if he was still there. I would have clicked Chris Rodriguez, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to keep this up, not the draft board. Sorry if you want to see the draft board. We'll get there. If Kincaid is there at 140, I probably do take him. He can make some sense there. Yep, don't pair up 2 touchdown scorers. Don't want too many touchdowns. What I'm saying is you're battling for the same touchdowns is what I'm kind of saying. But yeah, buying into a good offense is fine. Like I said, it's fine to buy into a good offense. Yeah, it's actually if they both score a touchdown in the same game, then one goes away. It's a negative. So that's actually how the football math actually works if you know. But let's do Cooper. I think at this stage of the game, Cooper is a better bet than Juwan Jennings right now. I like Jennings, don't get me wrong. I just A, have an absolute bag, and B, he's not signed anywhere. Yeah, I knew you were kidding, and yeah, we're good. We're good. You better be careful. I have lots of Chig. That's all right. I mean, if I will take Chig if it makes sense. I'm not like bought in that I have to have Chig on this. I have McLaurin. I'm fine. I don't need to double stack Jane Daniels by any means whatsoever. I think overstacking is a negative this year. I think that's a negative play if you're forcing it. And for me to pull up Chig right now, it's not happening. So you'll have 2 shots to get Chig on me. If you want him, go nuts. I don't care. I will take him with my next pick probably if he's still there at 164, right at ADP. I probably will take him. But I think it's a net negative this year to overstack and to push double stacking for no real good reason. But that's my long-winded take on that one. I think it's got to be Juwan Jennings, but I don't want to do that. Oh man, did I just talk myself into Chig now? I do need a tight end. Oh, I hate Brenton Strange. I hate Brenton Strange at this cost. I hate it. I was gonna take Mitchell if I had another second. I was gonna take Mitchell there. So well done, but I just hate Brenton Strange at this cost. Kind of panicked there. I should have just taken Chig, I guess. Juwan Jennings with Etienne, yeah, that's fine. I just didn't want to do it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of falling into the trap of taking the same players, so I don't mind doing the Brenton Strange thing there. This is just such a poor range. I just hate the running backs in this area. That's why I take a lot of Emmett Johnson. I still think there's some value in him. I think he's a good football player at the end of the day. I do. I'm never taking Charbonnet. I'm never taking Connor. Brooks is a tough click at this price tag. I'll take Tracy if he falls a little bit. Mind you, I do think I need to soften everything I just said earlier, the last draft when I took Tracy. I think that needs to be, it is a valid conversation is what I'll say. I think it's a valid conversation that all you have to fade essentially is Jeremiah Love not going there. That's all you have to fade. And that's very live. It's very live for that to happen. Is Emmett Johnson the click here? Could be. Juwan Johnson probably would have been the click. I think I just go Emmett Johnson and kind of call that a day. Yeah. I still just think Emmett Johnson's a good football player. I know it wasn't a good look at the combine. His tape is very good. Very good. I really like his tape. And I think he's just a good football player. It's just what is his draft capital going to be? Probably not good. Probably not great. That's for sure. Up to 114 on DK. Oh my God. Wow. DK is just a cesspool, I guess. Hey, whew. 114 on DraftKings. That is madness. That is madness. It doesn't make any sense. I'm never clicking Charbonnet. He probably would have been one of my most drafted players in like the 4th round or 3rd round or whatever. He is a 1st round pick potentially if if Kenny Walker leaves, which he did, and he's healthy, he's a 1st round pick. For sure Sharps is a 1st round pick. Or maybe like this whole jumbled up mess of running backs here, that's probably where he's at, but yeah, wild. I gotta get some sex appeal then. Let's go Eli Stowers. When I have Brenton Strange in here and it's going to be some other whatever tight end, give me some sex appeal with Eli Stowers as like a possible lottery ticket there. You gotta do something like that when you have a tight end room with Brenton Strange in it at ADP. That's just doesn't feel good. So I still like the squad. I definitely still like the squad for sure, but that was a mistake. The Brenton Strange. I just think he's awful price tag. Awful. If Stafford runs back MVP campaign, this team is pretty live. Puka, Devontae, Stafford, Corum. Yeah. I mean, Devontae at that fall, that's pretty good. What's his ADP? Only a couple picks. Okay, nothing crazy, but a little bit of a fall in Devontae. That feels pretty good. I would have taken him over Dunze if he was there, so that works. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Josh Jacobs. I'm not really clicking him. I'll say that. And there's no real rhyme or reason. It's just like miles on his odometer are getting up there. That's my big concern with Jacobs playing in cold weather like that. All the miles off his odometer, if you will. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't like the price. Is where it is essentially. It's always got to be Dylan Sampson here. Though I don't mind Spears. Spears is fine, but give me Dylan Sampson. Probably would have him ranked over Spears. If I'm being honest, though it'd be really close. So give me Dylan Sampson again, and I feel good about that running back room. Plus, I mean, I've got, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns now. That kind of is kind of nice little correlation that just fell together, made sense, added up. Close to going Kyron over Jacobs, but I'm with you on the skepticism. Yeah. And it's probably incorrect to think like that, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's honestly a super valid reason to fade Josh Jacobs. The dude gets volume. At the end of the day, he's going to get his touches. It's just, yeah, it's a nerve-wracking kind of click. Let's go Cade Otton here. That just completes the tight end room. Exactly kind of how I thought it would be. Two super unsexy catch and fall down type of tight ends, and then some sex appeal, some lottery ticket with Eli Stowers. I like that. We're done at tight end. We're done at tight end. Do I stop at 6 running backs? I probably do. Though I have a free click, and I do like this wide receiver room. We'll see. We'll see. I don't need to make my mind up quite yet. So we'll see how she goes. I'm going to assume BBG or someone's live right now. Who else is running live right now? Fanspeak, BBG. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. He's got Luther Burden on his thumbnail. Hey, no surprise there. No surprise there. Tight ends start to fly off the board in this area. For me, it's like Otten, Freiermuth. They're the last kind of two viable. I like Barner as well. Schultz is fine. I just haven't clicked him at all. Like, you want to talk about catch and fall down, it's Dalton Schultz. He's like the oldest. Essentially, the reason why I don't love Dalton Schultz and I haven't clicked him at all is he's the oldest of the catch and fall down tight ends. Like, you got Gunnar Helm, who's young, second year. Mason Taylor, young, second year. Freiermuth can still get some catch and run type stuff. Theo Johnson in the 18th, I don't think is necessary, but Freiermuth can still do some stuff. Like I said, Otten's catch and fall down, but he's a bunch younger. I'm not so sold. I'm not really sold on Njoku at all right now. I'm kind of out on Njoku right this second. Jeremy Bernard right before I pick, man, you knew what you were doing with that click, don't you? That hurts my feelings. Man, I don't know what I'm doing here. Ray Davis? Maybe Chris Brazel was the right click. Let's see if it delays and I can do it. Oh, wow. Happened. Worked. Awesome. Let's go, Brazel. That's kind of fun. I definitely want to take a non-rookie wide receiver to kind of finish out this this room. 2 more clicks. Do I take another running back? I think I could borderline have 2 first-round picks in the NFL draft, wide receivers. I like my top 4 a lot. Chris Brazel's been steamed up. I think I get away with 8 for sure. Let's go 2, 7, 8, 3. I think is what we'll finish up at here. I think that can work. Do I need another running back? I don't think I do. Let's go wide receivers. I think I can get away with that. With my top 2, and Monunga is going to fall into the lineup a few times. Mike Washington, hopefully. Dylan Sampson probably should. Maybe Emmett Johnson. I think I can get a bye with that room. Let's throw another wide receiver. So let's go 9 wide receivers. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think that's what we're doing here. I think that makes more sense. Let's go with Tyquan Thornton. I like bringing him in. I actually think the Chiefs are probably not going to. I don't think they're going to take a wide receiver early. I don't think. I really don't think. Got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. I mean, I'm starting to slip below 70%. I think I'm at like 68. 69.5 for Jeremy Bernard. But I didn't take him in either draft tonight. So I guess he falls closer to 68% roughly. So that just hurts my feelings. 1 pick before me. That just hurts my feelings. I typically say it's always Jeremy Bernard in the 17th, but I needed a tight end there. So that's how she goes. I guess I could have taken Dulcich a little bit later. I do like Greg Dulcich, but again, Eli Stowers could go to the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are still very live to draft a tight end, though I think they got a lot. They have a lot of holes. So a lot of holes. Way to be indifferent about a player. Only 68. I'm picking Jeremy Bernard every time. I don't want to get into all the reasoning why right at the end of the show right now. You can watch any other show of mine and see my Jeremy Bernard love and the reasons why. I would probably go watch the Combine episode I did with Steve Schaup a while back. That was I was very much like professing my love and the reasons why in that episode. So that'll give you a good indication of why I like Jeremy Bernard so much. We're gonna do Yoshivas here. We are not gonna have Naked Burrow. So I don't want a rookie wide receiver in this build. I want another kind of vet. I only have 4%, so I could use another Yoshivas click. Makes sense. I like him as a player, that's for damn sure. So it makes sense. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is a fun team. We are going to wrap up the episode. We're 2693 is where we're at. Jane Daniels, Joe Burrow, that's super strong. Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, Kyle Manungai, Washington, Emmett Johnson, Dylan Sampson. I like that. I could have added a seventh, but I think I'm fine for sure with the top two. JSN, McLaurin, Odunze, Pittman, Concepcion, Umar Cooper, Chris Brazel, Taekwon Thornton, and Andre Yoshivas. I like that. Very strong. I do like adding the two vets at the end. I think that really rounds it out. I like that room. Brenton Strange, Eli Stowers, and Kate Otten. Very classic type of a tight end room. Makes a lot of sense. Balanced. I like it. That's fun. I think this team can do very well in this tournament, I feel like. And it's a very good opportunity to advance, especially in a 3-12 with that strength kind of everywhere. Realistically, I think it's a strong team, well-balanced everywhere. So I think we can make that work for sure. We're going to get out of here for the night. We'll be back on Monday night. Almost certainly. I don't think there'll be any issues that pop up. So we'll be back Monday night, 8:30 my time, Mountain Time, 10:30 in the East is when we'll be going. That's about all I got for you guys. Hit that like button for me on the way out. If you don't mind, if you haven't already, if you're new to the stream, new to the channel, you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, about 3 days a week, typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, same time. Like I was saying off the Schneid, if you're afraid to be wrong, you'll never be right. Hopefully tonight we're right. We win the big board. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend.